let's talk about pyramid schemes. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for being here, and if you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. I'm back again in my spooky corner and with my glasses still. I am in the market for a new tripod. I just have to wait for my AdSense money to come in so I can get it. To be perfectly honest. But it is coming, so I will have better lighting so my eyes are not washed out by my ring light. So let's just get into the point. So if you're anything like me, you have probably delved into some anti-MLM content over the course of quarantine because it feels like it's really kind of popped off in that time, and I don't know why. Maybe I would assume that maybe MLMs are targeting more people, so they want to make more people aware of it. I'm not really sure, but I have watched so much anti-MLM content in the past, 6 months. Through watching that, I realized that I was part of an MLM in high school with my mom. We didn't really lose a lot of money, but, and it was fun, I'm not gonna lie, but we definitely didn't really make any money. And I also realized that I had been solicited by 3 people in MLMs without really knowing it. Well, okay, no. I knew 2 of them were MLMs because I was part of the anti-MLM thing when 2 of them happened. The first one, I did not, so, yeah. And then also, through binging all of this anti-MLM content, I became more and more aware that not only do MLMs prey on stay-at-home moms, female college students, people who have been affected by the current state of our world at the moment, but they also prey on the overweight community, the weight loss community, and the people who have lost weight. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. So in case you don't know what an MLM is, you're like, Megan, what the heck? What are you even saying? MLM stands for multi-level marketing. And to make sure that I explain it correctly, I got definitions here. So I'm just going to read it verbatim. It says that multi-level marketing, also called pyramid selling, or network marketing and referral marketing, is a controversial marketing strategy for the sale of products or services where the revenue of the MLM company is derived from a non-salaried workforce selling the company's products or services, while the earnings of the participants are derived from a pyramid-shaped or binary compensation commission system. So, MLM companies that you might have heard of include Beachbody or Arbonne, Mary Kay, Herbalife, Young Living Essential Oils, doTERRA, any of those MLMs. Honestly, there's so many, and if you ever want to know if a company is an MLM, I will link down below this website where you can type in the name and it'll tell you if it's an MLM or not. But basically, they are legal pyramid schemes, and they are legal because they have products. So that's their loophole. Also, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission of America, has reported that 96% of people make no money and 98% of people involved in MLMs lose money. The only people making money are the people at the top of all of these pyramids and the CEOs. And recently, honestly, a lot of MLMs have been coming under fire about their unethical business practices, and honestly, I think it's because of the momentum that the anti-MLM community has gained on the internet. For a more in-depth breakdown, I'm gonna link a video by one of my favorite anti-MLM YouTubers down below. Her name's Kimberlea. She has a law degree, so she really knows how to talk about these things. So she has a whole video breaking down what an MLM is, why they are not the greatest in the world, and yeah. So what kind of inspired me to make this video was that all my experiences revolving around my weight loss have been pretty popular on my channel. And honestly, one thing that I did not expect to happen was to be solicited by MLM reps. And that has happened to me 3 times. since I've lost weight, and they all wanted to use my story of weight loss, ultimately to benefit them, and that really pissed me off. That's why, honestly, this video, I'm probably not going to be as, like, kind-hearted and soft as I am in other videos, because I just don't agree with these businesses at all. And that's not to say that I do not like the people in MLMs, because honestly I feel kind of bad for them because they don't realize what they're a part of. I hate the business structure and I hate the companies as a whole. I just want to put that out there. So my first experience was about a year ago, and a girl that I went to high school with, that I think I said maybe 3 words to in high school but was just friends with on Facebook because my high school was really small, messaged me and was saying like how my weight loss story was so inspiring and how she thinks I would be a great weight loss coach, and she said that she was a health coach and how she thought that I would be really great at it too because of my success with weight loss. And I honestly, like, at that time, I didn't really know fully what MLMs were, but I kind of had an idea because, like, I dabbled in them. Like, I've purchased from them before, not really knowing that's what I was purchasing from. But I just politely said no because honestly I just didn't want to do it. I didn't feel qualified to do it, and that's a whole other thing which I will talk about later in the video. I didn't feel qualified to do it, and so I didn't want to do it. So I said no, and then I found out that it was a Beachbody coach, or that she was a Beachbody coach, and that made me even happier that I said no. Another example was about 6 months ago. And a girl messaged me. She slid into the DMs on Instagram, and she started off the conversation by saying we were part of the same new theater group growing up, just at different times. And my hometown is super small, so like obviously I kept that conversation going because that's really cool. And then it kind of came up that she was really into health and wellness and blah blah blah, and immediately, when she brought that up, I was skeptical because I knew what MLMs were by this point, which is honestly really sad in general that these companies have made people, like, complimenting people so suspect, you know what I mean? Like, oh, your weight loss story is really inspiring. Like, our first instinct should not be, oh, they're gonna try and sell me something, but these companies have made it that way, and that's really sad. Anyway, so yeah, we started talking about how she was into health and wellness, and how she thought my weight loss story was so inspiring and so amazing and blah blah blah. And then she brought up how she was an independent consultant for a vegan health and wellness company, and that she thought I would be really good at it too because of my success with health and wellness. And I went and looked at her Instagram profile, and sure enough, she was an Arbonne consultant. And Arbonne is, they sell everything, like everything, and in my opinion, not in a good way. Like, they have such an oversaturated catalog of things, in my opinion. So I thought I had made a friend, and then I didn't. She was just trying to sell me something, and or trying to recruit me to start selling other people things. And then, about 3 months ago, I posted on Facebook about how I had joined a gym, and how I was excited that gyms in Colorado were back open again, but how working out in a mask is kind of difficult, especially when you're at high altitude. But, like, I do it, and I didn't care, I was just joking. Immediately, like, almost, like, immediately after I posted this, I was messaged by a woman saying that she ran an online fitness and accountability group, and how she couldn't imagine working out in a mask, or how she couldn't imagine how hard working out in a mask would be. So she was inviting me to join her online fitness and accountability group, and I knew exactly what this was. She was a Beachbody coach, and she wanted to sell me stuff. And so I said no, and I was honest, and I said I am a person that needs to physically go to a place to get a good workout in, and that I made do while everything was closed, but I was really excited to be back at a gym, and I didn't care if I had to wear a mask, and that I was just joking. So since my two experiences were in Beachbody and Arbonne, I figured it would be interesting to look at their 2019 income disclosure statements. Because all companies are required by all MLM companies, well, I think all companies in general, but in this instance, all MLM companies are required by the FTC to release an income disclosure statement, which lists all of their average incomes that their distributors make, based on rank too. Because that's another thing about MLMs, is there's a bunch of different ranks and it's very culty and weird. In 2019, the average Beachbody coach made $427 in a year. And initially you're like, well, that's better than nothing, right? You have to remember that in order to get into an MLM, you have to purchase a starter kit. And you don't have to keep personal volume, but they recommend that you keep personal volume. Beachbody in itself has I believe, $15.95 a month fee. And then I don't think it's outwardly stated that it is mandatory that you participate in their Shakeology shake system, but it is heavily recommended. Monthly fees for Shakeology for coaches is about $97.46. So the $427 that an average coach makes in a year doesn't include any of those fees. It's also said that 57% of Beachbody coaches made nothing in 2019. And you have to think too, the amount of work that these people put in to just try and make $1 is ridiculous. They put in more work hourly, probably, than I put in my full-time job. And so they're working more than 40 hours a week on these, and they make nothing. And then in 2019, the average independent consultant for Arbonne made $830 in 1 year, but 88% of consultants never made any commission. And I have links down below sourcing all of these things. I'm not just pulling these on my butt, I promise. So with MLMs, like I said, there's a ton of them. And there are a lot of other health and wellness related ones. I think one of the more notable ones that I didn't cover is Herbalife. And I could make an entire video on Herbalife, but honestly, there is a documentary on Netflix called Betting on Zero, which is very good. And it's all about Herbalife and how scammy it is. But basically, all I'll say in this video is if you see a very ambiguous looking protein shake place, I would Google it before you go in and make sure you're not supporting a pyramid scheme. There are others, such as doTERRA and Young Living, the essential oil ones, which are crazy. There's a really good series on Netflix called Unwell, and it's about very taboo health practices. It's really interesting, and the first episode is on essential oils, and they actually talk to a doTERRA rep in there, and they just talk about the essential oil industry as a whole, and I find it very interesting. But these oil people make outrageous claims that ingesting, which science literally says do not ingest essential oils, can help promote weight loss, and some even go as far to say that it can cure cancer. And that's what the doTERRA rep in Unwell says. So those are just a few more of the health and wellness ones, but there are more out there. My big picture issue with these MLMs, particularly Beachbody, is that you need zero certification and zero knowledge on fitness and nutrition to join. All you have to do is pay the $40 startup fee and the monthly fees and get your Shakeology and recruit people and sign up people to be on your team, and that's it. You need zero knowledge of fitness and nutrition. A lot of the clients are given blanket nutrition plans, some of which I have read start at only eating 1,200 calories. I have also read a lot of accounts that say these really drastic changes and these really drastic diets can propel and have propelled people into eating disorders because of the malnutrition that it causes. And I have actually heard that Beachbody's workout programs are very good, but you can find them for free on YouTube. You don't need to sign up for it. I'll link some other anti-MLM YouTubers down below in the description who really go into detail over the course of a lot of videos about how harmful Beachbody is. Deanna Mims is a really good one because she was a Beachbody coach, and so she has a lot of insight on that and how harmful their diet plans can be. So my issue is, like, forget losing money. Beachbody in particular, and the oils can harm people's health, and there is proof of harm being done to people's health. People who have ingested these essential oils, which I reiterate, you should not do according to science. I will link studies down below. They develop sores, have intolerances to the things that the oils were made out of, and other things that don't even pertain to the oils that they ingested. That's covered in Unwell as well. I'll link that episode down below too, because there's a lot of really good information and it gives a lot of very good insight into the essential oil industry. Look who came to visit. Look who came to visit. Okay, bye. The distributors in these MLMs prey on vulnerable people. In terms of the health and wellness MLMs, they prey on those who are overweight, are losing, or have lost weight. And there's actually examples of people who are in these MLMs cold messaging people on Instagram, implying that they need to lose weight to try and sell these people their products or to recruit them. Tell me how that works. Just tell me how that works. Like, if somebody slid into my DMs on Instagram and was like, hey, you're fat, do you want to try my workout program? I'd be like, kindly fuck off, thank you. So my bottom line with this video, and I know this video has been sassier than most, but it's just like, I have so much pent up feelings about these MLMs, is that I will never allow someone to use my success that I did on my own in weight loss to help make them money. Because I know if I join these things, I have no chance. That's the thing. If you get in now, or if you got in like a year ago or 2 years ago even, you have no chance of making money in these things. Or making a livable income. Like, that's what they preach. Like, financial freedom, blah, blah, blah. But, like, nobody makes a livable wage in these anymore unless you got in at the very beginning. And I refuse to let someone leech off of my success and make themselves money. And you shouldn't either. You should also not want that to happen. My whole reason for making this video is to let you guys know who may not know these are a thing, to let you know that they are a thing, because you should know that. Because if I didn't know that these kinds of companies existed, and somebody slid into my DMs saying, oh, you're such an inspiration, your story's so amazing, blah, 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 I think you should help others do the same thing, I would bite, because I'm all about that. But that's not what these companies are for at all. They're for making money, and that's it. These companies are extremely predatory as well, and they're now starting to get called out for how predatory they are, which makes me really happy. And governments are starting to get involved. Which is amazing, because too many people have fallen victim to these things, and it's really, really sad. And honestly, this video is just scratching the surface at how terrible these companies are. So like I said, I will link a bunch of anti-MLM YouTubers down below who create chef's kiss content about how bad these companies are. And like I said, I have no hard feelings towards the people who are distributors for these companies, unless they're like at the very top, which like you're making money off of people like losing money, because the distributors are the MLM's biggest consumers and customers. Yeah, I don't feel any ill will towards the normal distributors in these companies, because they have been brainwashed, and honestly, I consider them victims of these schemes. and they don't know any better, and they're just trying to make money, and I can't blame them for that. I just take issue with the entire companies, like with the companies as a whole, and with the really upper level people, because they know what's going on at the bottom, and they know that they're taking advantage of people, and they have to be so heartless to let that happen. I would not be able to sleep at night if the only reason I could afford a Gucci bag was because someone below me was spending all of their money on product that they will never see a return on investment in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just not good. And yeah. And by making this video, I'm definitely not trying to turn into an anti-MLM YouTuber. There's a lot of those, and there's really great ones. But just having lost weight and having had experience with people trying to take advantage of that in MLMs, I just wanted to talk about it and let you guys know that it existed. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. I know this was kind of sassy, and I'm sorry, but they really make me angry. I will have all the links below of my sources, and I will also have links below, like I said, to a bunch of really great anti-MLM YouTubers. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. My channel is just growing and growing and growing, and it's just kind of insane to me. But it makes me really happy too. And so yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Every time.